Hello peeps and hello peppers and welcome to Lundi the Monday Puffin. If you've never been here, hello, my name is Freda Martins. I am a storyteller and a disabled artist from Germany living in Iceland, and I find it royally funny that the French word for Monday writes identically to the Icelandic word for puffin. So sometimes I'm trying to spend my Monday time on puffins, and because they are goofy, I also use them as a parody on my own life situation. And today I kind of feel like shit. Of course, on YouTube I have more time to ramble and to do rubber ducking. Have you heard of this term, rubber ducking? Rubber ducky. Da, da, da. When you squeeze you make noise. This is basically telling the world, no, not even telling the world. And on YouTube I have the right to speak wrong because I don't have as many followers on YouTube. Rubber ducking is, you can tell all your worries to the rubber duck to kind of sort through your brain, and there is even like an AI that works like this rubber duck. It listens. The difference to a physical rubber duck is it answers. I don't know what it answers. I am firmly opposed to most forms of AI as long as I can resolve the process by hand. And let's say now I'm rubber ducking to the turtle because I like turtles. And to Furulali, the sea monster, because I like telling my worries to the sea monster, and maybe you want to share my worries. Maybe something in these worries is relevant to you, because I always want to handle my worries in a constructive way. I don't want to flush my life down the toilet. But let's say the day began actually with checking my social media because I like hearing from my friends and my pen pals and my lost pen pals and so forth. But when you then begin the day with an Instagram post about a woman who you actually don't know, I don't know this person beyond the description they gave, who went to a social activism group of a type that many autistic people stereotypically like. And then this person had to do a masking or unmasking, probably both. Like they said, they had trained so much to mask for a big group, and then also trained small talk. And whatever then was used as a small talk, suddenly the people in the activism group deemed as too private. And actually, even though I don't know that person, that hit home because with my multiple disabilities, I was kind of always told I was supposed to be thankful for the way I am because, also God made me the way I am or something, and I had to give back to the world by volunteering. As I grew older, there's actually also mutated into the saying that disability rights associations would be the only people to ever give me a job. Spoiler, that also went down the drain. Because even if you want a job in a disability NGO or something, you have to function a particular way. Like in my mid-20s, this began with the idea that I didn't use the same words as the people, and then that continued with I don't understand all the small social processes that come with working in an organization. And here actually, this is my seeking community picture for an exhibition, and this is like, this guy can't interpret what this guy is trying to say. Wing flapping is mostly something to intimidate the other party. And this here uprooted a Holtasole, like a eight-leafed mountain avens with these enormous roots. I also tried to do whole groups of Holtasoles now, but I never can accommodate exactly eight leaves because they overlap, and I love talking about the overlap between autism and other social groups. But yeah, like this root thing intertwines with the others. And last week, my friends saw some blossoming on Þingvellir on the nature park. And I didn't see them because I wasn't with, but I really need to see this flower at some point. Maybe also the dried version because you can supposedly drink it as a tea. But yeah, this posting about the communication not working, and probably, as I know such situations, third parties then meddling with the communication that didn't work and decorating themselves with flowers that are not their own. That reminded me so much of when community projects that I joined, and I didn't clearly communicate about my disability. And I mean, it doesn't usually help to tell people plenty of Latin names, whatever you may have. I mean, I'm really proud to know that this flower in Latin is called Dryas octopetala. And Dryas is an epoch of the Earth's history. I think it's named after this flower because this flower is an Ice Age relic. And I'm using the word frozen over my like depression and inactivity, and today is a relatively frozen day. So even though it's like physically warm in here. So as you may have noticed, I'm always talking in very confusing half sentences. So whenever my role in a NGO or charity or so was not clear anymore, and I was not able to reasonably create a role that other people could welcome, I needed to go. By the way, today, because I'm so frozen mentally and physically, I did something. God forbid. I told someone I am wheelchair bound today. Actually, to emphasize, I can't stand up. But I also read this really sad social media posting about a woman who got a disability when she was already grown, and she said she's wheelchair bound now. And like, rather than saying, hello, are you new in the group, people on the internet almost ripped her apart just for saying that. I know that most people don't want to use this expression wheelchair bound. But yeah, the language, like the attitude towards language can be so different. Like, let's say the Germans always say people with disabilities in such a formal way. And actually, I never felt my disabilities and my needs that followed these disabilities so as neglected as in Germany, because that is very much one shoe to fit them all. And part of the reason why I came to Iceland is because there was not so much infrastructure, so the people had to improvise more. And I'm actually really improvising this YouTube video now as well. And let's say if you run an organization or something, then I actually will send this plea out into the world. listen to people's issues within the organization. Keep the processes as transparent as you can. I have resorted to basically only attend very small meetings. I had such a lovely okay, you're not supposed to say but like it was advertised as an art market, and there were less people than expected. But with those few people, I had such a good conversation. So what I need to do to thrive better in community projects is also be aware of my own values and needs. And like, okay, some people on the social media always mention we don't want to disclose our diagnosis. And of course, no one can force you to disclose a diagnosis. And like, let's say when my queer identity and my autism both were brand new, actually, I would say they came into sight interdependently. Then I always told whoever wanted to hear this and whoever didn't want to hear this, I'm autistic, and I am like, okay, depending on the stage of my development, I said bisexual, or I said genderqueer, slash intergendered. And let's say that didn't help because the people didn't know what to do with these informations. So what I do nowadays in a community is saying, I'm autistic. I need like a clear goal of this meeting. I need also a clear definition of my role in this meeting. I was like, let's say in heaven when a woman who got the idea early how I functioned, and and there was a project day where they cleaned the house in an NGO. I was so thankful that this woman said, okay, Frida, you clean the microwave. Because this microwave had been really used over months. And like there were like very many remnants that we all don't want to know. But let's say I was so happy to just stand there for half an hour, be out of the way. The people didn't move in my orbit, but the people did their thing, and I scrubbed this microwave, and everybody happy. So now I am really picky about where can I make a difference. And that is not a huge meeting of a political activism group. My psychologist says herself, I should work on my own little post stamp to make the world a better place. And I mean, of course, I like literal post stamps. There are a lot of post stamps with puffins, actually. But by post stamp, we mean this small, sometimes expensive piece of paper that mostly has teeth. And I have teeth, and I have sharp teeth. And I want to use my teeth to show them to politicians and social workers, but like in the right frame where I can convey a true goal. And where I can have reasonable communication with people who have similar goals. Otherwise, I'm better kept at home and resting. I want to use my energy in a way that is good for me and others. And I wish you an evening where you can use your energy in ways that is good for you and others. Bye-bye.